Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. I just want to wish everybody that follows my YouTube channel and my other social media platforms a very Merry Christmas. And with that said, it is Christmas Eve and it's evening time here. So let's take a walk around my house and check out my outdoor Christmas lights. And who knows, maybe we'll go inside and check out some of the inside stuff too. Here we go.
We'll start out here by the barn. Those lights are not really burnout that you see up there. Anyways, just looking right here, we'll start with Santa, and I have one of my trees here. Then I have the 8 choir people. I started collecting this blow mold stuff many years ago and add to my collection. I'm on eBay all the time looking for new stuff. Kind of picky here. I got the Dickens Village people right here. Picked these up on eBay a few years ago. Got the driveway lined with some candy canes. Now we'll walk over in front of the house. I got a line of the nutcrackers there. And again, that Christmas tree back there, the lights are not really burnt out on that, as you can see. So what I do is I take 3 pieces of rebar, tie them together at the top with a zip tie, run a cord to them, and then just wrap Christmas lights around them. And it works out pretty good. Makes a nice, easy lighted Christmas tree for your outdoor display. I have all my lights set up on automatic timers, so normally in December it gets dark shortly after 5 o'clock, so I got everything set to come on at 5 p.m. and then everything is on till about 11 p.m. I got a burnout snowman there. And then the week before Christmas I move the timer so the lights actually stay on all night. And it'll go off about 7:30 in the morning when it starts to get daylight here. Line the sidewalk there with some candy canes, some candles, and so forth. Now we'll move over to this blow mold nativity. Now the original Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus you see here, I had since I was probably in, I'm going to say 4th or 5th grade. My mom and dad bought me that. I wanted to light up nativity. I've always had a fascination with nativity sets ever since I was real young. And they bought me those 3 pieces, and then I've added to it since then. So this is in my front yard right here, and I got the complete set. Of course, I could add a couple more camels. They don't make them anymore, but they're on eBay, and that is one of the items that seems to be very pricey. Now we'll move over to the blow mold light up Santa Claus and his sleigh and his 8 reindeer. I added these to my collection way back. Actually, Walmart used to sell these, but I had to go to several different Walmarts to get enough reindeer. Now, at my old house, I had these on a cable going from a tree in my front yard over to my TV antenna, so it looked like Santa and the reindeers were flying over the house. Now, at my new house, I don't have anywhere to string that yet. That's something I'm going to work on. Hope to put a flagpole in the next year or 2 and do that. But right now, I got some posts in the ground or some stakes and the cable, so it looks like Santa is ready to fly up on the roof of my house. And then I got a couple more of these rebar trees. Then the tree way down there, that's an actual pine tree my wife and I planted in the spring. And I hope to add more trees to my yard here as well in the future. Now we'll move over to the side of my house where I have this very vintage blow mold nativity. This is from probably the mid-1960s. I was born in 68 when I was a little kid. This is the nativity that the churches and a lot of the parks and stuff had way back in the day. I never thought I would actually have one of these, but this is what I remember as a kid here. And because of eBay, it took me 3 years. I was able to piece this entire nativity together. Again, all from the mid-1960s. So I got the 3 wise men, Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, the cow, donkey. I got 2 shepherds here with 3 sheep, and of course the homemade stable. So you can't really see this from the road. This is more for just me to walk outside and look at. And this is not necessarily lit up all night. Like I said, you can't really see this from the road. This is 100% just for me to enjoy because it brings back a lot of memories from Christmases as a child. And just curious if anybody watching this video has this exact same nativity here. There is a few churches I see that still have this. There was one in Latonia, Ohio that was putting this exact same setup up to a couple years ago. I just went by there a week ago and it was not up. And then we'll come over to my back patio where I got these light up or blow mold candy canes. I actually bought these at Cracker Barrel last year. And then I'm not real big on these inflatables, but I did buy an inflatable snowman a couple years ago and have him down here in the yard, but the wind really sails right through here, so I got it staked down pretty good, a lot of strings to it, and just hope for the best. Now we'll move over to the barn. Those lights are not really burned out there again. Camera malfunction. This choir boy right here, again, another piece from probably the mid-1960s. Does anybody remember these? This is 48 inches tall. I picked this one up on eBay. There is a few of these that do pop up on eBay. Some are in pretty bad shape, but let me tell you, they're getting a pretty good penny for them. I've seen these go for $450 a piece on eBay, and I'm looking all the time. Shipping is one of the big problems you run into with these. It's big, it's fragile, so a lot of people don't want to ship them. It's local pickup only. But I will add to these in the future, but since I only have one, it just goes back here. And then these are another eBay find from probably 6-7 years ago. And then this nativity right here, I actually bought at Rural King, a farm and fleet store that we have here in the Midwest, if you're not familiar with that. And they only made the Mary Joseph Baby Jesus. It was at Christmas time and everything was discounted, and I actually bought this pretty cheap. I had nowhere to put it, but it goes here on my barn porch. Another one pretty much just for me to look at.
Walk around to the outside of the house. I'm going to pop the drone up here. You know, these pictures at night just really don't do justice. They're hard to pick up with the camera and so forth, but I will fly the drone over. We'll take a look, and then we'll head inside. We'll check out our Christmas tree in the living room, my nativity inside there on the fireplace, and a couple things like that.
All right, Christmas Eve, I have the drone up here in the air. So now if you look at the barn and the house, those lights that looked like they were not working, you can see actually are. So it takes me about 2.5, 3 good days to put all this up. I put all my decorations up. I start on Thanksgiving Day and work on it through Thanksgiving weekend, and I will leave everything up until New Year's Eve. Normally, I will take my outdoor stuff down on New Year's Day. Has anyone seen the movie Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito? I think he goes by Buddy Hall in that movie, where he just keeps adding lights because he wants to be able to see his house from space. Well, I got a long ways to go to keep up to that, but we're working on it, as you can see. I always like to get these outdoor Christmas pictures when we have snow on the ground, but it looks like we're not going to have any snow at Christmas time this year. I remember some warm Christmases as a kid, and I remember some cold ones as well, even as an adult, but it just seems like it always goes up and down this time of year, and I think Christmas Day we're supposed to be up around 55 degrees. Now, on the evening of Christmas Eve this year, it was just my wife and I at home. Our kids all had in-laws and stuff to visit, had other Christmases to go to. But we're going to have a big day tomorrow. We're going to wake up in the morning. It's going to be my wife and daughter and I opening gifts here at home. And then the kids, my sons are coming over in the afternoon. And my mom's coming out and her husband. And we're going to have Christmas dinner at our house and go from there. But it's just a great time of the year. The days are short. People seem to be in good spirits. I just love this time of year. When I was a kid, on Christmas Eve in the evening, we'd always go over to my grandparents on my mother's side, have that side of the family Christmas, and then on Christmas Day, of course, we'd wake up in our own house, have our deal after Santa Claus come, and then my grandparents on the left side lived on the farm right across the road from us, and we would go over there at lunchtime and have the afternoon with that side of the family, and then come home and play with our toys. Anyways, a lot of good memories when you think of Christmas past. Let's look at some more lights. I'm now inside the house. I'm going to walk over here and have a look at my main nativity. I got several nativities in the house, but this is my biggest collection here. So this is a Fontanini nativity, which is out of Italy. Very detailed pieces. There's a lot of accessories you can add to this. So everything here is Fontanini except the stable. And I got a little story on this stable right here. I built this stable in 7th grade shop class, and I got yelled at by the shop teacher for wasting wood. If only he knew it's still in use today. This set here is the 5-inch figurine set. Fontanini makes several different sizes all the way up to life size, which would be great to have to put outside, but I believe each figure is in that $3,500 to $5,000 range. So I think it's going to be a long time till I have one of those. But anyways, I like what I got here and enjoy putting it up and looking at it every year. And I try to add a couple pieces every year as we go forward. And I just realized, or just found this year, they actually make a Bethlehem village with a bunch of buildings with a stable built on it. So I'm going to look for that and hopefully get that for next year. But this is what I got, and right there, Jesus is the reason for the season. And there you have it. There's a look at my nativity right by the fireplace in our living room. Now we'll move across the living room and head over to where I walk downstairs. We'll take a look at our one Christmas village we have here. The majority of this village actually come from Walmart. I think all the buildings you see here come from Walmart, and then some of the figures and stuff you see there did come from Menards. There's really no end. There's a ton of different Christmas villages out there. You can buy a lot of Department 56 stuff. Just don't have room for everything, but I see a lot of neat ones online and stuff I like to look at, but this one does the trick. And then over here by the front door is my wife's collection of Byers, the Christmas Village. So she's got quite a few pieces here and started collecting on this many, many years ago. But again, pretty nice Christmas pieces, and there's me with my Deutz-Fahr Christmas sweater on. And in preparation for tomorrow's Christmas dinner, my wife's got the table all set. She only uses these plates on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And now let's head downstairs into the Farmhand mic office where I'm editing this video right now. So my office is all decorated up. Have my very own Christmas tree down here. Got a glass display here with some of my favorite toy tractors in it. But I also added this Polar Express train set underneath the tree. Try to get a better video of that. And then here is the Christmas Story Christmas Village. So this Christmas Village actually belonged to my brother Jeff, who passed away in 2016. It was handed down to me, and I've added a couple pieces to it. He had the Chinese restaurant, the store, the school, and the house, and then I added the Bumpus house there at the end. But anyways, it's a pretty cool Christmas village to have down here on this fireplace down in my office. We'll go in a little closer here. So there is Ralphie talking to Santa. Of course, you got the flagpole. Ralphie and Scott Farkas having the fight outside of school. Ralphie picking up his little brother, getting the mail, and there is the famous Christmas tree lamp getting delivered to the house. We actually went to that house last year in Cleveland, Ohio, is where the movie was filmed, or part of the movie was filmed. So you got the tour of the house. That was pretty neat. I never did a video of it, but if you're ever by Cleveland, Ohio, it's definitely worth checking out the Christmas Story house up there, and they also have a gift shop. Now we'll move over here to my escape out of the basement, the egress here. Here is just a couple more Christmas trees and another nativity that I have. This one is a ceramic that I think I bought clear back when I was in high school. And then down on my office wall is my YouTube plaque when I hit 100,000 subscribers. I never did a video talking about this or showing it off, so here it is, 2 years later in the first video. I think I'm up to 167,000 subscribers now, and I don't think the next plaque comes until you hit 1 million. We'll get there. And here is a glass shelf I got last year that I just put my toy tractor collection in. As you can see right here, got a full versatile shelf here. And some John Deere combines, harvesting equipment, tractors and planters, and we will now spin over here to this map I have on my office wall. Everywhere you see a pin right there is a place where I spend at least one night of my life in a hotel, somebody's house, a tent, or something like that. So I've been a lot of places, and you can see everywhere where I've laid my head down at night. The only thing is, Maine didn't quite make it on the cork board, so I could add some up there. And right here is a Mexican nativity set that my grandma Les had. Her and my grandpa used to go down to Texas and stuff every winter after Christmas and be gone for about a month. And I think they picked this up down there back in the day. But anyways, when she passed away, I inherited that set from her. I put it up every year. And then, of course, we got old Cowboy Santa here, ceramic Christmas tree, and just a few more things in my collection. Now we'll move over here to this table. The nativity set you see right there, that was my very first nativity when I was a little kid. Some of the pieces don't match up. It's not a complete set. It was handed down to me. I want to say I was about, I don't know, I was pretty young. I remember my grandma on my mom's side took me into Salem, Ohio. There used to be a Sears and a JCPenney in downtown Salem, and we picked up the pieces that I didn't have and added them to my collection, and this was my nativity for a lot of years. I don't have room for it upstairs or anywhere right now, but I was able to get it out, and I do get it out and set up on a table. And then here's just another nativity I think I picked up at a flea market many, many years ago. I picked up this Home Alone Lego set a couple years ago. They were pretty hard to find. I've never been a big Lego guy, but I thought this was pretty neat, and I never got to put it together. So maybe next year. It's been in the box for 2 years. Then, of course, got this elf house here. So next year, hope to get those assembled for Christmas time. Another ongoing project here at the Les house is getting our basement finished up here. So we got everything framed in. I'm going to put a living area down here with my bar, little kitchenette, hopefully. So as you can see, everything got framed in, got the electric run, just waiting to hang the drywall, plaster it, and go on from there. Of course, I got my weight room over here, and things are a little bit out of order just because I moved everything out so we could frame around that. Hope to get that done here over Christmas break. And my son and I carried all this drywall down the other day. 26 sheets of 4x12 down the steps. It's not that it was heavy, but we got it done. And then another thing I did not show you in my office because I had the light out is a Turbo Man. My oldest son and daughter-in-law got me this for Christmas a few years back. If you've seen the movie Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's a Christmas movie, and Turbo Man is there. I didn't even know they actually made a toy, but apparently they did. And I got a Turbo Man tucked safely under my tree in my office now. And as you can see, the stockings are hung by the chimney with care. Merry Christmas. I think Santa has showed up here. The gifts are around the tree. I don't know if all these are from Santa, but some of them are for family too when they come over tomorrow. But hey, starting to feel like Christmas now. All right, let's just walk over here and take one more look at this beautiful Christmas tree. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking this is a 9-foot tall Christmas tree we got here. All right, it is Christmas morning. As you can see, it's daylight outside, and we opened gifts, and my wife got me, if you've seen in the background there, the Bethlehem Inn. That is a new Fontanini piece, and she must be a good listener because she heard me talking about it, and that was one of my gifts. But instead of rearranging my whole nativity on Christmas morning, I had some room just to stick it back here, but definitely some nice detail to the nativity. And since this is the real reason for Christmas, we'll just take one more walk by the nativity here for the video. It was a little dark last night when I shot the footage here. Got the lights on right now, so let's have another look. And it's getting about noon, so we got company showing up now, so we will start our Christmas feast. So my wife makes a turkey and a ham. So just a small turkey here, not as big as Thanksgiving, with some stuffing. She also baked a ham that we're going to take a peek at right here. And let me tell you, this looks pretty good. And then she's got a whole bunch of different things she prepped for Christmas dinner. So we got turkey gravy, ham gravy. We got mashed potatoes right here. And let's see what else is down the line here. Got some homemade macaroni and cheese, some baked corn. Oh, sweet potato casserole right there. And I believe the next dish over is, yep, green bean casserole. So she puts on a pretty good spread for us. Let's just take one more look at that sweet potato casserole. That is one of my favorites. Hope to have leftovers for a few days after Christmas. There's the baked corn right there. And the macaroni and cheese, homemade macaroni and cheese, is coming out of the oven right now. All right, everything is here. We're lined up, ready to start eating. Just have one more look since everything's uncovered. Oh yeah, and the dinner rolls, coleslaw, just made some apple crisp for dessert. So we had dinner, so we're gonna gather around and exchange gifts. And this is our first Christmas as grandparents, so that is a nice gift. That is our beautiful granddaughter, Aria. She is just a little over 5 months old right now. Little does my wife know she's going to be in this YouTube video, because if you've listened to me before, she does not like to be in my videos, but couldn't pass up this opportunity right here. She's definitely a cute little thing. And we was even able to pull off a family Christmas picture here in front of the tree. And after this, the kids all had another Christmas to get to, so my wife and I, my mom and her husband were around. We watched 4 Christmases, and then in the evening we went over to my oldest son Michael's house and exchanged some gifts over there. Had a light dinner, mostly just hors d'oeuvres and chicken wings. And I think there's going to be a lot of leftovers at our house and over here, so I think I'm probably going to be eating leftovers most of this week, which is not a bad thing.
That's going to wrap up this video. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and has a safe and happy New Year. Feel free to go down there and leave a comment, hit that like button if you're new to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. Just something a little different than the normal farming content I do, but do like to show people my Christmas decorations, what we do for Christmas. And thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next video.